Mike Burlack here to entertain you with the help of Pharao. I'll show you secrets of your life, secrets of your mind. The mystery of music will find a way one day, one day. I'll show you secrets of your life, secrets of your mind. The mystery of music will find a way one day, one day. Oh, oh. I remember that song recently. Part of the 90s dance scene. Anyways, I had a freeing thought today. I don't need to impress humanity. I only need to focus on and be obedient to God Almighty. If you think about it, why would anybody want to try to impress humanity? Why? You're talking about a bunch of a species of creatures that actually think, human beings actually think they have power and influence over the health and well-being of the future of this planet. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a conservationist. I recycle. But if you recycle because you believe in doing so you are going to save the earth, you're on one hell of a human ego trip, my friend. There are also folks that do things like recycle and support the Green New Deal because they believe it makes them a good person. And they believe that, yeah, they honestly believe it makes them a good person, and they, along with believing that it has some sort of effect on the planet. But those are the folks I'm talking about. I mean, delusional folks. The folks that are so delusional, they think, good or bad, they think they have an impact or influence on the planet at large. The hell is wrong with these people? As I stated, I'm a conservationist. I recycle, but I don't recycle because I believe I'm having an impact on the planet by doing so, good or bad, whether that impact is positive or negative. I don't think I'm having an impact on the planet, either positive or negative. I just recycle. I just choose by my own free will to recycle. I do what I can to minimize my carbon imprint, but I also note I was made a carbon being. And I don't hold jurisdiction over whether or not a carbon being should or should not exist. That's God's domain. Duh! I was also listening to Richard Marx, Rush Streets at work today. Awesome album. I forgot how good this is. The whole damn album is awesome. Not songs like Big Boy Now. But it's not that serious. I'm a big boy now. And I'm not delirious. So don't show me how. 'Cause I've gotten beyond the agony. And my perspective is saving me. Anyways, good album. But it got me thinking about something I saw recently. Like, yeah, nobody writes love songs anymore. Songs just about love. Just breakup, relationship, human BS. Yeah, but they don't really write songs about love. And I go one step further. There is no songs that are truly can be considered, in the modern songwriting era today, that could truly be considered philosophizing. It's all about money and shiny objects and cars and blunts and hoes and drugs and apparently this is the good life to modern humans. And then you wonder why I have no interest in trying to impress them. I mean, if these are the things they value, blunts, hoes, and drugs, why should I set out to impress such a creature? Such a creature. But in modern music, there is very, very little philosophizing in modern music. And I got to thinking about George Carlin's last interview before he died. December of '07. I think he died in the winter of '08. If I remember correctly, he passed away sometime in the winter of '08. If my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, that last interview of his is awesome. In the interview, he talks about how he feels blessed that he got to do what he does, or write these things that he writes, and go on HBO every 2 years, and he had an audience, and he had a platform to express his ideas through comedy. He loved jokes. I'd never run away from jokes. Joke. But the jokes were there to decorate the idea. And as the interview goes on, he gets into some really deep stuff that I think is awesome. He goes on and says that I gave up on my fellow human being, my fellow countrymen, because I think that human beings were given great gifts in nature. Opposable thumb, standing upright, large brain, make tools, make better, larger brain, make better tools, and so nature gave humans great gifts. And what did humanity do with these awesome gifts given to them by nature, according to George Carlin? They squandered it. And they gave it up. They gave it up for the shiny stuff and the shiny thing, the money and the shiny stuff, and to God. They gave it up to the high priest. They gave it up to the high priest. You handle it. This is too much for us. You handle it, Mr. High Priest. You just handle it, because we can't deal with it. So we're just gonna enjoy our shiny objects, and we're just gonna do that. And then you tell people how they're supposed to think. You high priest, you decided. You decided all that. And then, as he says it in the interview, and then so you got people who are going around honestly believe that there's an invisible man in the sky, and he's looking out for he's watching over you and make sure you do the right thing, and if you do the wrong thing, he's got a place for you to go, and you'll burn for all eternity. And this is BS. This is BS to an intelligent mind. This is limiting, as he says in the interview. It's limiting to this brain we have. It's very limiting, but human beings gave all that up, and they gave it up for the shiny object, and they gave it up to the high priest and the shiny object, and the gizmos and the toys, and yeah, as he puts it, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Everybody's got a phone; it'll massage their testicles or massage their scrotum and make pancakes for them. I cleaned it up a little bit, but that's essentially what it says. So nobody wants to rock the boat. Nobody wants to say anything. So humanity is on a slow glide downwards. As he says, as George Carlin said in the interview, I call it circling the drain. That's what I'm going to call my next show, Circling the Drain, which, of course, he passed away, so he never got to do that next show. But all that, I, for one, for the record, I believe George Carlin, based on what I believe George Carlin is in heaven. I think with all his, because he cleans it up, so he did an excellent job of cleaning it up in his, avoiding, saying, God and all this, but I believe he's, that at the end of the day, he is in heaven. But one of the things towards the end of the interview, he says is, they say if you scratch a cynic, you'll find a disenchanted idealist. And he says, and I will admit there's a little flicker in here that might like to see it all change for the better, change for humanity, change. But it can't happen that way. And as he says, it can't happen that way. And there are powers that be. Change is not good. I'm going to say it in my own words now, but change is not good for the FDA. Change is not good for the FDA. The FDA wants people to keep doing what they do, keep going to your doctor and taking your drugs and eating whatever you want and waiting for medical science to make that magic pill. I was actually talking about this with somebody at work recently. That I'm not a Trekkie, but I am the nephew of a Trekkie who's deceased now. And I remember I do remember the movie The Voyage Home. There's a scene in there with the doctor, McCoy, I think his name is, if I remember correctly. He hands a pill to this lady that he's got from the future, to this lady in the hallway. He says, "What are you in for?" And I think she said like appendicitis or some typical ailment like that. And he's like, "Geez, what is this, the Stone Age?" And he hands her a pill and says, "Here, take this, you'll be all right." And then later in the movie, you see that, now the girl, because she swallowed this magic pill she got from this doctor from the future. She didn't know that, but unfortunately, yeah, it's just a movie. But I think that represents what the average human being wants and expects from the medical profession. People literally, they think that doctors are God. But anyways, I got a little sidetracked. But anyways, one of the things he finishes the interview with, which I probably shared this before on this channel, but I think it's worth repeating. George Carlin, he says, "I'll say it this way. When you're born into this existence, you're handed a ticket to the freak show. And when you're born in America, you got a front row seat to that freak show. And some of us are lucky enough to just sit back and take notes. And I'm a note taker." And when first time I saw that or heard that interview and saw it and everything, I thought, yes. And that is exactly why I record stuff. On audio tape when I was a kid, and then on videotape when I had money and could afford to buy a video camera. That's for the same reasons. I am a note taker, and that is my way of taking notes. That probably goes to why I started a YouTube channel in the first place. When I was in grade school, to pass the time, I was alone in the classroom for about 30 minutes for some reason one year, and the teachers gave me some blank tapes and a tape recorder, and I would record comic strips into the recorder. That I think is what led to my desire to record. It ended up being my way of taking notes. And considering how video shorts are very popular now, especially on YouTube, I'm considering making video shorts using old VHS footage that I have. If I can manage to make them less than a minute, that'll help. A lot of it involves copyrighted material. I'll give you an example. One time we were recording and watching the video My Love Don't Cost a Thing, Jennifer Lopez. But we were singing, laughing over it. I probably will be able to share less than a minute of it without worrying about copyright claims, with us laughing over the music anyways. But we changed the lyrics up a little bit. We dedicated it to my father and said that it was the love song that his drug addict girlfriend dedicated to him. My love costs narcotics and things. My love's gonna cost you narcotics and things. Another example, the name of the band escapes me at the moment. But the song "Where's Your Head At?" Where's your head at? Where's your head at? That song, well, we were watching that video one day and making fun of it and laughing over it. And we changed the lyrics to that one. We said it was our friends, our dad's drug addict friends. Now in the video, the band members are all depicted as monkeys. And we said it was our father's drug addict friends telling him, because apparently he hid their stuff on him, "Where's our crack at?" I could totally make video shorts of this stuff and share it on this channel. With a little effort, I totally could do that. But on the subject of my dad, and just talk briefly about his fate. After he does his time for the crime that he committed, the state is probably just going to put him in a home, funny farm. It's where he belongs, anyways. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll do something while he's incarcerated, and that'll get him an even longer stay. But whatever. His fate, he is a ward of the state, and his fate is in the state's hand. So when he does finish doing his time, that's what my sister told me recently. He must be running out of money even for making phone calls, because I won't answer his phone calls. I don't collect calls from losers from incarceration. But he said, my sister stated to her, "Don't they realize they can't keep me here? I have a dog. My daughter needs me." What the flunk are you talking about? Your dog's already been adopted off to a way better home. And when the hell has your daughter ever needed you? And the last thing he said was just a repeat of what he always said whenever he was incarcerated, even back when in his younger days. "You gotta help me. They're effing with me again." He honestly believes this, because in his mind's eye, he has never done any wrong, and he never will do any wrong. They're messing with him. The epiphany of his life. He's never done anything wrong. They're messing with him. Mike Verlack. Good night.